Hi, welcome back. Sorry for my crazy look. I'm actually going to go run an errand, so I'm sporting my ball cap so I don't have to do anything with my hair because you know how I hate doing hair. Today, I just wanted to show you how I wash my brushes. This is not how I wash my brushes daily. It's how I deep clean my brushes. I try to do it about once a month, maybe every other month, but to be honest, it's been a while since I've washed my brushes. But yeah, just keep watching to see how I wash my brushes. To clean my brushes, these are the things that I use. First, I usually use Dawn dish soap or any dish soap really. You can use baby shampoo, but I've not tried that yet. I also use a brush egg, which looks like this. It's got some texture on the front and your fingers go in it. Got this on Amazon, and then also a little drying rack that I got on Amazon for just a few bucks. And it stores flat, which is nice. I just keep it in a drawer, and then I set it up and usually put on a towel. That way the towel can absorb any drippage that comes off of the brushes. And I usually use hot water, and since I use a lot of water, I try to just barely turn on the tap. So the first things I'm going to clean, first brushes I'm going to clean, a little dish soap on my brush egg, is my e.l.f. Beautifully Bare brush. It's kind of like a fluffy fan brush. I'll wet the brush. I'll just take it in. I like this brush for a light bronzing and contouring. I like that it's soft and it's fluffy and it's just a good brush. So I just work it in. The fun part about washing your brushes is watching how much gunk comes off of them. I wash my brushes about, I try to do it like once a month, once every other month, but to be honest, I have not washed these since my son's been born, so it's been 6 months. So they are due for cleaning. So then I'll just rinse the brush off really well under the water. And I suggest cleaning your brushes before you clean the bathroom because it can make a splattering mess. Alright, so the water's running clear, so I'll just squeeze out my brush and then stick it in the brush holder. These are nice because it dries downward, and so you're not going to mess with the glue of the brushes. And I also feel that the brush dries faster than if you're to lay them flat. Turn my water back on, add a little bit more soap. The big fluffy face brushes take a whole lot more soap and water than eye brushes. Usually I can do a few eye brushes at the same time. With these fluffy brushes, I just do one at a time. This is the e.l.f. Kabuki face brush. I usually use this one for powders. This holder is nice because it's got lots of different sizes of holes. So all my brushes can fit in it, from big fat brushes to little eye brushes. The next brush I'm going to wash is a newer brush to me, and it's the Flawless Face Brush from e.l.f. And I really like this one. This one I kind of interchange it with the Kabuki brush. I usually use it for powders, but I have used it to lightly bronze my face as well. I always keep super glue on my vanity because these e.l.f. brushes I've noticed come apart really easily, but the brushes are really good, and they're normally pretty cheap. Most of them are $1, maybe $3. Some of the newer ones are getting closer to $6, which is still a good price for a good brush. Sometimes I will also dry off these big fluffy brushes on a towel. But this one's kind of starting to come apart. So what I'll probably do when it's done drying is I'll probably pull it apart and just put super glue in it and glue it back together. I've had to do that with a lot of my e.l.f. brushes, but it doesn't make me mad or anything because, again, the brush is not expensive. It's cheaper than going with an IT Cosmetics brush. The next brush I use is one that I use daily. It's the e.l.f. Blush Brush, and I use it for blush. You can also use it for highlight, I'm sure there's many other uses for it, but I just use it for blush. So this is probably one of my dirtiest ones because, like I said, I use it every day. There's not a day that I do not use this brush. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. I would say 75% of my brushes are from e.l.f. Again, they're cheap and they're good. I've heard really good things about the Wet n Wild brushes. I have not tried them. Honestly, I don't need any more brushes, and so I'm trying not to buy any more brushes, but definitely when I see a new e.l.f. brush, I'm tempted. I also like the brush egg because it's like a silicone texture. Not even silicone, I don't even know what you call that. I like the brush egg because it's a plastic texture, so everything washes from it really easily. This next brush is the e.l.f. Small Tapered brush. I use this one for highlight. It looks very similar to the blush brush. I always have a hard time saying that. But it's not flat, it's rounded. The blush brush is kind of, it's fluffy, but it's also has some flat sides to it. And like I said, I use this one for highlighting. It's a really good highlighting brush. The next brush I also use for highlight. It's an e.l.f. Small Stipple brush. I use this one less than I used to. I used to use it all the time for highlighting, but ever since I got that small taper brush, I use that one now. But this one's fun to clean because it is super white at the tip, and I always forget how white it is until I go to clean it. So those are my face brushes. For eye brushes, I have a lot, and I interchange these all the time. The only one that I use every day is the flat eyeshadow brush from e.l.f., which I have lost in the past day. I don't know, it probably fell on the floor or something. I don't know where it's at. But one that sometimes I'll interchange with it, not often, is an old Target brand brush, and it's just a flat eyeshadow brush. So when I do my eyeshadow brushes, I concentrate it on that small textured part on the end of the brush egg. And normally you don't need a whole lot of soap with the eyeshadow brushes, so I'll do a few at a time before I'm going to rinse it. This one I use for the crease. It's the Bare Minerals Eye Defining Brush. I've been using it a lot lately. I'll go through stages where I'll use it for a few weeks and then I'll use something else in its place. Right now this is my favorite, but I'm sure in like a month it'll go back to the Anastasia Beverly Hills brush that came in the Modern Renaissance palette, the fluffy, and oh, look how gross it is. It is really dirty. I'm going to rinse this one off and kind of get some new soap and clean it again because that was really gunky. So that's coming off clean, and then I'll do the other end. I don't really use a small end as much, but might as well clean it. This is another brush I use daily. It's the Target brand brush. It's just a fluffy crease brush. I use it for blending and my transition shade. These are so gunky. I haven't even washed them daily lately. I've gotten lazy. I've been meaning to shoot this video for about 2 weeks now, and I'm just now getting around to it. My son decided to finally take a nap. And this is the nap that he normally naps really well. Alright, this is from the Naked 3 palette, the Urban Decay. I've used this brush a little bit in the past few weeks, but not a lot. And you can tell it's really not even coming off too gunky. But I figured I might as well wash it. The next one is what I use to fill in my brows. I use this brush to fill in my brows. It is the Sonia Kashuk number 108. I've used it a lot lately, and you can tell because the name is coming off of it. These brushes are expensive, and I got them when I first started getting into makeup. I thought, oh, they're going to be really good because they're a little bit more expensive, but you can still find them at the drugstore. Honestly, I prefer e.l.f. over the Sonia Kashuk brushes. This one's not bad, but I use it for my brows, and I feel like you don't need a great brush to use for your brows. This is just another Target brand flat shader brush. I use this one for under my lower lash line, putting shadow there. It's just more precise, and it's a flat shader brush. This one is the e.l.f. Flawless Concealer Brush. I use it mostly if I have a tacky eye primer. I will lay a base shadow on my lid with this brush. It's just big and fluffy, and that's why I use it. It's supposed to be used for concealer, but hey, if you have a better use for a brush, use it how you want. This one I don't use much. It's another Sonia Kashuk brush. It's the number 116. It's just a crease brush, dome-shaped crease brush. It's okay. I'm not a huge fan. Don't use it much, and as you can tell, nothing really came off of it. This is the e.l.f. Professional Blending Eye Brush. I'll use it for crease shades every now and then, but honestly, I don't use this one a whole lot. Maybe if I'm just wanting to put a more concentrated crease shade in. This is another Sonia Kashuk. It's just like a little pencil eyeliner brush. At the time, e.l.f. didn't have anything like this, and I'm not sure if they do now or not. So that's why I went with Sonia Kashuk for that one. Next, I've got two of these brushes. It's the e.l.f. Professional Eye Defining Brush. I used to actually use this one to fill in my brows until I realized that Sonia Kashuk does a little bit better job just because it's stiffer. This one's good for that outer V, especially if you want a small concentrated shadow on the outer V. And last but not least, this one's not labeled, but it's just a dome crease brush from e.l.f. I don't use this one a lot, but I have it if I want to concentrate some color in my crease. So other than the brush that I lost, those are all my brushes that I use regularly. So all these brushes are just sitting in the sink, so I'm going to get all the water off of them, set them on the towel. I always try to get all the soap off. You do not want soap residue sitting in your brushes because it will mess up your eye makeup look, and it's not healthy for your brushes. I hear using baby shampoo is probably better. I could see it being softer with on the bristles than Dawn soap. I've never had a problem using Dawn soap, but then again, I don't have high-end eye brushes. So if you have high-end eye brushes, you may want to consider using baby shampoo. And maybe next time I'll try baby shampoo because I have a baby and I have baby shampoo, so I could try it easily. But for this video, I just wanted to show you what I have always done. So I'm just rinsing them, and then I'm just kind of squeezing the excess off. I always hate washing my brushes, but honestly, it doesn't take a whole lot of time to wash your brushes. I think the hardest part is you have to do it in the morning, because if you don't do it in the morning, they're not going to be dry for the next day. So it's like you have to put on your makeup, but if you have like a lazy day and you don't put your makeup on until later in the day, then your brushes aren't going to be dry in time for the next day. And that's it. I'll just let these dry. They'll probably be ready They will probably be ready either tonight or tomorrow morning. So, yay, thank you for watching.